That's the Style Council, and Walls Come Tumbling Down, and the new LP's out on May the 31st. And from Shepherd's Bush Studio 5, Whistle Test whisks you to Dublin. Since the emergence of Thin Lizzy, the Boomtown Rats, and U2 in the 70s, this city, with 60% of its population under the age of 25, has produced precious few bands. Some young pretenders are now hoping to improve this situation, and we went to Dublin's TV Club to size them up.
Dave, you've been a radio presenter of Music in the Modern Idiom in Ireland now for about 6 years. I'm sure you already know that. But there are more bands in Ireland now than ever before. How come none of them have broke through since U2?
Well, I presume it's a prerequisite of every single band that they want to make it internationally, although plenty of bands down to the 70s have made it by just touring the Irish circuit. But I mean, obviously, I've never met a pop band or a rock band who don't want to make it internationally. And I do think that since Dublin is so influenced and is so influential, I think, in some ways, outside of, say, London, as much so as any Manchester or Sheffield or Birmingham or Liverpool or whatever, that I do think it's quite surprising that since the early 70s, I mean, we've had Thin Lizzy in the 70s, Boomtown Rats at the end of the 70s, and it's U2 since then. I do think it's pretty surprising that it's been that small, considering it's a city of 1 million people.
Dublin seems intensely parochial and incestuous, and there's a lot of bitching as well, isn't there?
Wait a minute, I mean, crying out loud, Andrew. I mean, if you were in Sheffield or if you were in Liverpool or something, I mean, every band, I mean, talk to Ian McCulloch, right? I mean, the way he used to slag the old guys he played around with, the Pete Wileys and the Julian Copes and all the rest, I mean, they all slag each other. Everybody slags, for crying out loud. It doesn't make any difference in the end. It's all good, clean fun, you know? I mean, it's better than going, you are all wonderful, pat on the back, you know? It's better than that.
They're coming for you, Dave.
Small talk. There is nothing they can say to put you down. If you want talk, you got a reason and the answer will be found. You're trying hard to keep your world together. It's your belief that nothing lasts forever. Deep inside, you'll never let it go.
Paul, do you feel at a disadvantage being based in Dublin?
Well, it has its advantages and its disadvantages. I think one of the advantages is you have time to grow up. I think it's similar to bands in Liverpool and Manchester and places like that, where if you're a band in London, you're only out in the rehearsal room, you go up on stage, and most A&R men are based in London, so they're going to see it. So if you're not up to scratch at that stage, they're going to put you down. You don't really get a chance to breathe again, you know. Whereas over here, you have a chance to develop. So it has that advantage. The disadvantage is that the A&R men are based in London. So it's a lot of hassle trying to get them over.
What were the problems I was hearing about with an LP you made for Elektra?
Yeah, that's the last thing we did. We sent demo tapes all over the place, and funny enough, we thought that sort of someone in Britain would pick up on it, but it was an American record company, Elektra, and they sent Andrew Oldham over. He was sort of talent.
The Stones manager?
Yeah, well, hippie himself, yeah. And he came over and he said, you know, the band are good. They signed us up, went to London last summer, this time last summer, made the record. It was a good record. Then they said, we don't want to release it. Good luck. So that was that, you know.
No reason?
Well, I think they couldn't pigeonhole us. We're not Duran Duran, any of that carry on, you know.
You have to make it in Ireland first before you have to start all over again in England?
Well, that's the way. You don't have to make it in Ireland. I think it helps to get out on stage and try and build up a crowd for the experience of playing live. I mean, some bands have just said, well, forget about Ireland, we go straight to London, but usually they're the bands that get lost.